we don't need roads.
Guys, good to see you both again. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, Jake.
I'm so excited to talk with you. Tom, I'm going to start with you because you have created so many incredible and unique voices for all of your characters. But since they're all so different, I'm really curious if the process as an actor is different voice to voice. So sort of keeping it in the world of comic books, what's the difference between how you found the voice of Venom compared to how you found the voice of Bane?
Venom I had already because I used that voice for my dog. When I'm doing impressions of my dog talking to me. Yeah, like at home. I've always sort of a variant on that. And that's kind of a mixture of Busta Rhymes and Method Man and James Brown, a little bit of Richard Burton and there's a sort of stoicism as well. And an emphatic bombast that comes from a primal creature that's like, you know, hope springs eternally with the dog, you know, and I think with Venom, hope springs eternally. You know, why is that such a bad idea? You know, why don't we, you know, do X? And it's a horrendous idea. You know what I mean? So the voice makes sense to come out of that essence, of that joie de vie. And then I kind of like I'm a big hip hop fan. So those Busta Rhymes would be the most emphatic kind of sound from the old school Tribe Called Quest, you know, Dragon scenario situation. It's like, oh yeah, that's perfect for Venom. That's absolutely perfect. Bane, on the other hand, was a very different story altogether because there were a multitude of options there which presented solution that could have been problematic. And one of them was the introduction of a new villain after the Joker had played so profoundly to the fan lore as well, that being accepted as the new villain was going to have to take an element of risk, which was non-negotiable anyway, because you know, but Chris Nolan is such a mastermind. You know, he had a really specific idea, and it laid down the pipe to go, okay, do I do a generic baddie voice, an arch voice I can calculate and create something that's cold and dark and sinister with no light, no color, no fun? Or, you know, we're gonna, you know, Bane is Latinx technically, so I had to look at that option and think, what's similar? You know, how can I justify this? You know, and I looked at Romany Gypsy and Latin origins, and I found Bartley Gorman, the king of the gypsies, bare knuckle fighter. And he has a mellifluous accent, which is all over the place, even being a traveler. There's soupçons of lots of different sounds. And I played that hymn for Chris. And I said, listen, we could get really laughed at here. This could be ridiculous. But it's an interesting sound silhouette, and it might work. Because we have him physically, he's like a gorilla, he's primal, he's dangerous and scary, but he's very florid the way he speaks. He likes his own voice, so perhaps we should add some color. It's just a thought, think about it.
And I'm happy to go generic. As well, he sounds tortured.
Yeah, but he also says there's a lilt to it, which is a sort of wax lyrical, poetic loneliness to it. And and I know it's heightened, silly, and slightly camp, but it's all specific to creating a multiple dynamic that people would recognize, whether they're laughing at it or whether they go with it. It's like, it's better than being mediocre, you know, and having like people going, meh, it wasn't a choice. And Chris went for that, so... Those are the, sorry, it's a long answer, but those are the kind of different.
No, you have no idea how fucking cool that answer was. I'm going to ask you guys really quick, just for both of you, because I know movies are shot out of order, so you don't always have control over what the last day is going to be. But when it's the last movie of a trilogy where an actor might be playing this role for the last time, how much thought goes into the last shot, the last call cut, and whether the last filmed scene was going to be an Eddie moment or a Venom moment?
That was the if you've seen the movie, Eddie lying on the ground, that was the last shot. We shot, I wanted to shoot in order. I thought that was really important for this movie, particularly because it's a road trip and it follows an arc. So I have an amazing first AD called Casey Hodenfield, who Casey made miracles happen, because it is very difficult, you know, to shoot in order, and for the most part we did.
Tom, what was that last cut like?
It was cold, that concrete floor. You know, I think at the end of the day, every day is the same. it has to feel the same. I don't like to say goodbye. I don't like birthdays when people draw attention and bring out a cake. I don't like being clapped off a scene or a set. It's like, Tom Hardy's a wrap. I was like, no. We're not done. It's never over. Because I think I don't like the finality of that. And I think there will be another day and we'll work together and this is what we do. We're a tribe. And it's like, that doesn't need clapping off. I do that for a living. That's cool. I'm happy to be here and just keep it normal. They won't go home. They're probably tired and I love it. So I don't ever really want to be clapped off or think it's the last scene. It's just, oh, it's over. Okay, cool. And then on to the next moment.
I will tell you a little secret, which is we did, Tommy wears an earwig and we did play Into the Mystic. Into his ears and into mine as well as we did that final crane shot. So
I know what that means.
I definitely had emotions.
And she forced them on me in the scene. I had to cry. I had to still go to work whilst listening to Kelly nostalgically seeing me off. But I got it. I know what my friend's doing.
As this film taught me to say, goodbye for now. That's all we'll say. They're pulling me out of here. I love you guys. My dog loves you guys. Seriously, thank you for having fun with me. I really do appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Guys, good to see you both again. Thank you for taking the time.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing so well. I'm so excited to talk with you. I'm going to jump into this. And obviously, I know we have to tiptoe around things, but without getting into spoilers, obviously, this movie does something really fun, which is sort of shows us what happens when the symbiote attaches to other living things and other people. So I'm sort of curious, of all the characters you've played in your career, which one would you like to see what would happen if the symbiote actually attached to them?
Oh, man. I mean, Keely Jones from Ted Lasso would probably have a pretty kick-ass symbiote. Wow, they definitely look fly.
I would be very scared to see what happened to Luke from Children of Men.
Oh, my God.
You took it there, man. I wasn't expecting to go there. Tell me the wheels are not turning. Like, I know it's a ridiculous question, but tell me the wheels are not turning right
truly.
now.
Yeah.
It's like, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it'd be interesting.
By nature of the multiverse, which we've sort of gotten into over the past few years, we're now obviously having different characters, hop universes, and into different franchises. So, Chiwetel, I'm going to ask another ridiculous question. What sort of conversation happens when Rex walks through one of those circles and gets the chance to meet Mordo?
Yeah, interesting. Well, it'd be, I don't know. I think that but I think Strickland would be very kind of confused by all of those, by all of that. Like he's a very logical, kind of stringent sort of guy. And I don't know if he would have a lot to say about it. I think he would probably just want to start shooting.
I was going to say, assume there are threats.
Exactly.
While also acknowledging that he's very good looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Once he gets past that,
then he'd start
Juno, I know that these press tours for Marvel films can be really tough because obviously you're trying to tiptoe around things and we don't want to ruin it
you can't talk
for the
about
audience.
pretty much anything.
It's exactly right. So I was going to ask you, what is tougher, avoiding questions about the final act or avoiding questions about season 4 of Ted Lasso?
I mean, the truth is, Ted Lasso, I actually don't know the answers, so it's not an avoidance. It's a genuine truth of being like, so I actually know nothing other than it sounds like it's going to happen. And so I would say dodging questions about the final act of this has been harder to do because it's rather than just straight up going, no, I normally go like, sort of make a noise, I guess, which then causes everyone to kind of, huh? What? Oh, no. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so I'd say this.
So if I were to go back and just watch all the interviews you've done for this press tour, if I hear that noise, that means you were just about to give something away. But
or
then
if
stop
somebody
yourself.
asked me something that I didn't know how to like politely enough to be like, don't go there.
And the thing is, I know exactly what and they're fair questions. I know exactly what the questions are asking, but to your point, there's no point going there. We now live, obviously, we're talking about the multiverses, but a lot of fans obviously are very excited about the potential of maybe one day down the road in another world, maybe seeing Tom's Venom take on Spider-Man. But the cool thing about this is that there are now 3 different Spider-Men that he could go toe to toe with. So in a fun fan way, which Spider-Man do you think would land the first punch? Would it be Toby, Andrew, or Tom?
I think it's Tom and Tom. I think Tom and Tom need to do it.
The Tom combination, I think, would be
really
exciting.
great. Yeah.
If only for the poster, because then you just have to put just Tom once and then just put party just to save
Split
the ink
names
on the
in
poster.
two. I think that's quite cool.
See, I'm trying to help Sony out. I'm trying to help Sony save a couple of bucks. Guys, I could talk with you all day. Seriously, I always love talking with you, and I know that these can be really tough junkets to do. So I appreciate you having fun with my nerdy questions. Seriously, you guys are really great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it,
Good
man.
to see you
Thank
both. Take
Bye.
care.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.